Here in the city of Greensboro, they have begun getting ready for whatever Mother Nature has in store this weekend. As you can see behind me now, trucks are heading out to start putting down the salt brine on the major thoroughfares, bridges, and overpasses throughout the city. They're going to be targeting areas like Wendover Avenue, Battleground Avenue, Gate City Boulevard as well, pre-treating these areas ahead of the snow and ice that is on the way Saturday and Sunday. Tomorrow, Saturday at noon, they will have folks begin 12-hour shifts, manning the equipment, keeping an eye for trouble spots throughout the city. They have about 40 pieces of equipment that have plows and spreaders that will be ready to go tomorrow for whatever Mother Nature has headed our way. They do want to remind folks that this is a little bit of a different weather event than we had last time. We might not have as much snowfall, at least here in the Triad, so you might not see as much plowing, but they will be salting as needed throughout the weekend. In Greensboro, Daniel Cruz, WXII 12 News. This is currently a very active scene out here in Greensboro. I am along South Elm Eugene Street and I'm at Lakefield Drive here in Greensboro, where the closure is on this side. The Greensboro Police Department are also on the opposite side at Old Traybrook Drive, where they have this road shut down in both directions at this point after, unfortunately, a deadly crash this evening involving a Greensboro police officer. Here's what we know so far with the very few developments that we have gotten from the Greensboro Police Department. We know that as they were responding this evening to a robbery call, they were attempting to locate the vehicle involved in that robbery. Following was an accident along South Elm Eugene Street at Webster Road. 2 officers were involved in that accident. One of them is getting treatment at a local hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. The other, unfortunately, died from his injuries. Greensboro police are currently investigating on scene at this point. CSI is out here as well. Greensboro police have also gotten several law enforcement divisions to come by this evening, and right now the Highway Patrol is down helping with the investigation along South Elm Eugene Street. There's no word on when this road may reopen at this point, and we have gotten no further developments in regards to the robbery that they were initially responding to. But we're going to stay on top of the story and bring you the latest developments as they become available. For now, in Greensboro, I'm Daniel Cruz, WXII 12 News.
It's Halloween. It's the most fun day of the year for dentists across the United States, but it's a great night to go out and be safe as well. The Greensboro Police Department has some real quick safety tips to make sure you and your family stay safe. First is to make sure that you only visit houses that are well lit. This makes sure that they have inviting guests on the inside. Trick or treat. Wow, I love Reese's. Thanks. And it's not dark quite yet, but once the sun starts going down, be sure to grab a flashlight and take that along with you. Even incorporate reflectors into your child's costume. It's all about being seen. And speaking of being seen, be sure that whatever kind of costume that you wear, you can see and breathe out of that mask. Trick or treat. Oh, more Reese's. Yeah, man, thanks. And another thing, Greensboro police remind you to never go trick-or-treating alone. Always tag along with your kids or be sure to send them out in a group. While a lot of these tips may just be common sense, it's just a reminder to be safe on a night that's meant to be fun for everyone.
Keep an eye on your surroundings and keep an eye on your buddies, your trick-or-treat buddies. You know, make sure that, you know, as you're moving along that you have everybody in the group. Keep up with the stragglers. Be careful and be respectful and have fun.
And when everyone gets home, don't forget to sort through your child's candy. Make sure everything is sealed and fresh. It's also a good time to think about anything that your child could be sensitive to, such as peanuts. Daniel Cruz, WXII 12 News.
These days, life is much slower along the back roads of North Wilkesboro. Speedway Lane, home to North Wilkesboro Speedway, was once very active on the NASCAR Grand National Series circuit. Today, the only scheduled stop is from a school bus that passes through every afternoon at 3:30. In its heyday, the 5/8 mile Speedway would have packed thousands of fans into the stands. Today, the hum of the groundskeeper's lawnmower is about all that roars on the backyard to the roots of what NASCAR is today.
From the driver's standpoint, it was a real challenge.
The King Richard Petty, one of NASCAR's winningest drivers, himself won 18 races in North Wilkesboro.
Anytime you could win in North Carolina, it was like you playing in front of the home folks. You know, the Junior Johnsons, you know, Earnhardts, all the guys that live right here in their neighborhood.
Petty says that when sponsors began to invest in the sport, NASCAR simply outgrew North Wilkesboro. Larger tracks with seating for thousands of additional fans began to pop up, and in 1970, there were 10 Cup races ran within a 300-mile radius of North Wilkesboro. In 2017, that number dwindled to 5.
There were so many tracks so close together that it was one of the ones that got shot down, and you know, it was a shame. I liked that place. We won a bunch of races there.
The once vibrant track now sits dormant alongside US 421, tall grass growing where fans once parked, and the silence of the countryside echoes through the now empty infield.
When it closed, it was actually a devastating blow to the economy here in Wilkes County and the two towns.
North Wilkesboro Mayor Robert Johnson has many fond memories growing up, visiting the track and even working there for a short time. He, along with Terry Parsons, wife of the late Benny Parsons, hope to one day resurrect the old track, both with the understanding that NASCAR may not return, but the track still remains viable, and one day hope the stands once again will hum with the roar of an eager crowd.
There's a lot to be done with the Speedway, but it would take some money, a pretty good chunk of money. If you could find the right investors that has the monies and did that, we could have a lot of good events down there that would be a boost to our economy.
In Wilkes County, Daniel Cruz, WXII 12 News.
Behind me is South Fork Muddy Creek here in Winston-Salem. As you can tell, it's definitely standing up to its name today. It's muddy for sure, but it's much more than a creek with this heavy flow of water. It's been a busy day at polling sites across Forsyth County today. Many poll workers telling us that this year's turnout nearly mirrors that of one of a presidential election. And 28 years ago, at a high school just north of Memphis, Tennessee, 10 students gathered around their high school flagpole to pray. This act of religious expression has now become a movement, reaching more than 64 countries around the world. The last major innovation to Asheboro High School was in 2003. That was the purchase of the former Sir Robert Motel, adding a professional development center and 10 new classrooms to the campus. Today, officials announced a nearly $30 million investment. 524 days ago, the field you see behind me was littered with storm debris. The fire department had it roped off for safety, and the gym that now sits over my shoulder was virtually destroyed by an EF2 tornado that wreaked havoc on this small Yadkin County town. Tonight, Courtney Elementary School officially opened their brand new gym. Today, 5 years in the making, Carowinds made a big announcement with their new ride going to be ready for 2019, and let's just say, hopefully it doesn't strike you in the wrong way. Candidates for both sheriff and the county commissioners took the stage tonight at a candidates forum here at Randolph Community College, hosted by the Courier Tribune. Today's cool, damp weather didn't slow anyone down from coming out shopping locally on Small Business Saturday. It's been 1 month since a tragic accident in Utah took the life of 3 members of the Beauvais family while on vacation. Tyler Beauvais remains in the hospital recovering, and over the last couple of days, thousands of members of the community here in the Randolph County town of Archdale have shown up to support Tyler and his family. And next week, Temple Emmanuel will be holding an interfaith rally to speak out against hatred and violence. Members of all faith are invited to attend, and that rally will start Tuesday at 7 p.m. In Greensboro, Daniel Cruz, WXII 12 News.